days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
Let's go to Antonio in Florida. Thank you for calling. Welcome.
What's good, Antonio?
Good afternoon, Miss Hunter. How you doing?
I'm good. Joel's here too.
I hear you. Yeah, Miss Hunter, my question is, listening to everything that I've just heard, firstly, I want to say capitalism and money, we was founded on that. So there's no way that we can get past that. The way that slavery had happened, we all know that they didn't have to pay us, and they got the best quality of work, ingenuity, and and etc. Secondly, the question I want to ask Ms. Hunter is that we're all upset. I'm very upset about some of the people in our Democratic Party that's asking Joe Biden to step down. And my problem is this, is that I don't want to walk away from our Democratic Party, but why do the Republicans win so much strategically? And we go vote, our voters vote, my grandmama done voted, my great-grandmama done voted.
That's a good, I can answer that question. Before you even get to the end, I can answer that one. Because
Antonio, here you go. Joel,
the Democrats are yelling, dogs can't play basketball. They're yelling it from the top of the roof. Dogs shouldn't be playing basketball while we are getting dunked on by Doberman pinchers, right? They don't like, I don't consider myself a Democrat.
I don't like your analogy.
I'm going to explain. Democrats are yelling about things that can't be done while Republicans are doing those things. They're absolutely doing them, right?
Okay.
And they don't fight. They don't get me wrong. There are some people who are Democrats who fight, right? But the Democratic Party as a whole plays by the rules, and the Republicans as a whole do not. They do not play by the rules.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with that. I'm going to add to it. Yep. Republicans have one thing that they all care about: the preservation of whiteness and male dominance. So that's two things, right? Yeah. So they have distilled the message to they're coming to take our stuff. They're going to rape our women and take our stuff. And they're dirtying they're sullying our pure country. There's all this code baked in. Everything that they're saying, the end game is white preservation, male dominance. That's it. And how they codify that is through, banning books, LGBT, this and that, and the different messages, DEI, the boogeyman, everything, but it's all about something's being taken from us. Something's being taken from you. Something's being taken from you, and we're going to help you keep it, period. Whereas the Democrats don't have one thing to rally around. It's health care, it's women's reproductive rights, it's voting rights, it's racial justice, it's 1,000 things, and there's no such thing as a Democrat per se. Like, what is a Democrat? Because a Jersey Democrat is not the same as a Mississippi Democrat. It's not the same as an Arizona Democrat, right? We have different concerns. And because it's a big tent that is predominantly everybody, it's a problem, right? So we're always going to be fighting and arguing over dumb stuff when they just have one beacon and it's anti-everything.
Yep.
How easy is it to be anti? They haven't passed a single bill in Congress. All of Marjorie Taylor Greene's, they don't pass nothing. All they do is scream about them over there coming to take our stuff, and we got to stop them. And that's it. So it does make it hard.
They deal in emotion, which I think is another thing that people forget. And I think if you listen very closely to conservative politicians and how they talk about things, if you hear what they're saying, they're appealing to emotions, right? Anybody who's seen me on social media I call these people snowflakes because they are delicate flowers, and they are and all of those conservative like TikTok stars and the black conservatives that I call pretzels, like all of those people, when you watch their content, it's all rage farming. They are just trying to drum up anger, right? A man turned into a woman and won a decathlon, right? That's like they're telling kids in schools that, about anal sex, right? Like any of these, like none of this stuff is real.
Oh, but right? It is real. A transgender person just, and you know what's wild about that? Because Black folk are by and large predominantly conservative.
Yeah,
those messages also ring true. But for the racism, we're like, because I'm not necessarily for transgendered athletes participating in sports with, in sports that require strength and speed and things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I
listen, and I think
ping pong.
I think your argument is fine, but you're talking about Tennessee passing a law that affected one kid, right?
Right.
One
That's
kid.
Not our problem. Right.
That's not a problem.
Transgender bathrooms, that's not the thing
if
that's
you
killing
get
us.
An entire team of trans women playing basketball against another team and they are dominant in a ridiculous sort of way, then I'm like, okay, maybe we should think about this. But when you have one trans woman who won one race out of many races, because she lost a bunch of those races too, out of many races, there's not enough data. Not enough data there for us to make that distinction. And also, I would say one more thing, Karen, is that I have this conversation with my family members all the time because they always like, well, I'm middle of the road. I'm a little bit conservative. I'm like, you cannot give me a conservative idea I cannot debunk. Give me one. And I have that argument all the time. And they always end these conversations with, you know what? I think you're right about that. Black people, if you got out there in the world, if you have a conservative idea that you think I can't debunk, bring it. I am here for it. I want the smoke.
Let's put out the number 866. He wants to smoke. 866-801-8255. His name is Joel Christian Gill. He wants to smoke.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you. You give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.